Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, aka Casper the Friendly Ghost. So let's just dive in and let's start off with the February recap. I recently tweeted out over on Twitter, and I actually did include it in a video recently where I was talking about how boring it is to be a Casper holder because there really isn't much news and much announcements that we do see from Casper up until just recently. So, in the month of February, we started to see a big shift towards a few developments as well as a few announcements and partnerships. We do see here, in case you missed some of our February highlights, then this thread is for you. So, let's talk about development wise. So we did see a big one. We've seen the Casper Signer v1.4.25 release. So if you guys did want to get a little bit of an insight on this, basically they summed it up with this version supports the creation of an on-chain code review DAO, an updated Explorer, and an exciting NFT platform distribution integration. And they basically just say, something about accepting the new permissions here around your extension. But besides that, we also seen a few other updates. I know that sometimes Twitter has been weird recently with a lot of their threads. But here we have collaborations. So there's a few. Obviously, you guys know about the Google Cloud one. We also seen an integration with Burrito Wallet, which was a new wallet for Casper holders. This is for Casper users in Korea that can now easily manage their assets and interact with dApps. But then also, we did see a little bit of another one, which I know that you guys probably aren't aware of, but maybe you guys are, who knows. But we did see Playbit Hotel, aka Bit Hotel, will soon bring a Web3 gaming experience to Casper, which is very cool to see. A lot of these developments that we have been noticing around Casper are mainly focused on two areas. One, obviously, the first one is enterprise and business, but then also retail, which again, I always love to see retail use case. A lot of people think that these are very boring, like, oh, it's just like another, typical gaming experience within the Web3 area. It's a free to play. You could probably earn NFTs and stuff like that. Oh, whatever. It's, the same old thing. But the thing is that these retail use cases, these retail games, NFT platforms, stuff like that, they're very good for network effects because remember, it allows for, in the short term at least, use of the network. It might not be incredible network usage, but it's still some sort of growth within that area. So I always love to welcome them. But also events. So, you guys know me. I love these events. I know these conferences might not seem like much to most people, but these are actually very good for developer exposure as well as for network exposure. It's also great for community growth and building, which I always say is crucial during these times in the bear market, if you will. I know a lot of people don't want to call it a bear market, which is kind of weird, but we have been in a bear market and it's been great for building. In fact, it's been great for these networks like Casper to really kind of show how confident they are within themselves on what they are building, but also it gives confidence to those like us that are holding Casper. So I personally think that community growth, community building, things like that are great during these times. In fact, I think that's crucial for the success and long-term success of these projects. And then also other developments, we did see Casper.name join the Web3, if you will, Web3 domain area. It's Web3 DA, which is Web3 Domain Alliance, which is very cool. I think that this is great. And then also Casper Podcast, which again goes into the community growth area, Twitter Spaces as well. And then last but not least, the monthly Discord technical community calls. All of these are great for pretty much, as you see, community growth, which is awesome to see. And also the launch of Casper Wallet, which if you guys want to go check this out, I highly suggest you do. Casper Wallet is actually going to be a pretty big one. They're the same developers that built out Casper.live. I utilize Casper.live every single day. I think that this is awesome. I think that this is incredible. You've probably seen it get reported on recently, but I think that this is going to be very, very cool. And like I said, this is very, very good for the mainstream I shouldn't even say mainstream. It kind of sounds terrible when I say mainstream, but it's just very good for the retail sector because it's going to be a very easy integration. It's going to be very easy for us to utilize as well. As you guys do see here, like there's a little bit of a sort of UI update to see what is going to happen here. But basically, you'll be able to connect, rename, manage, and pretty much do anything that you will do over on Casper.live except on your wallet. And it looks like this is going to be on browser only at launch, but then they are going to be doing mobile apps within the roadmap. So very cool to see. Now, also outside of that, so for those HBAR holders out there that watch the Casper videos, I hope that this video gives you a little bit of an in-depth view on just why I believe that HBAR and Casper are both great two holdings that I have in my wallet. I think that these two together in your portfolio is a crucial win. But we do see here from Crypto Observer, tribalism exists on Twitter, not in corporate boardrooms. Hedera and Casper Labs have had regular chats as they are next door neighbors. Both companies want enterprise business, but both accept it's not one or the other. Interoperability / cross-chain is king. And this is actually from, by the way, Max Walker Williams. If you guys don't follow him on YouTube as well as Twitter, highly suggest you guys do so. But listen closely to this video. It's about 40 seconds long, and then I will address a few things after the fact.
The difference between seeing that in the Twitter sphere and online,
yes,
and engaging with those companies, right? So
yeah,
we're next door to Casper Labs. We have had plenty of great conversations with them. We have had, I think there is a recognition and an understanding that this industry is not going to be different from every other technological innovation where you didn't have one single winner. You had different pieces of the ecosystem that had to come together for the good of the user.
Yes. It's not like, you're not going over there trying to pull their fuse out or anything, or industrial espionage. No, I get it.
It's the difference between...
And, that is a crucial thing to always focus on in this game. One, I love to see that Hedera and Casper are basically right next to each other at these, big events like Davos, which, by the way, Davos was a huge event. We actually seen a few updates from that. But it's going to be a cross-chain future. It really is going to be a big future as well. When we look at the tech stack, we look at, the offerings here. We look at the bigger picture on things and how pretty much all of this is coming together, especially around DLT adoption. Obviously, obstacles are there, like regulations, but for the most part, I do believe that Casper is going to be a big winner here because of the development updates that we've seen with, what we have seen so far around the partnerships as well. I think that these are two great assets. I think that they're probably two of the best ones that we could hold in this space next to, a few of the other utility gems, but my HBAR and my Casper bag, they're both getting stacked pretty much every single day. But also outside of this, right? Marketing. So Casper has been doing an incredible amount of marketing. This tweet here was actually promoted. I came up on my timeline as a promotion, and I said that this tweet is being promoted by Casper Network. Seems as though they are kickstarting their marketing campaigns. 2023 will be the year of Casper growth and awareness. I'm super stoked. And so not only did we see them starting to promote tweets, but recently we've seen a huge announcement. So Scalio launches rebranded web marketing platform for Casper Labs. Now, I did not report on this partnership, but this is actually something very interesting. So we do see here Scalio, a digital product agency, is proud to announce the successful launch of a rebranded custom web platform for Casper Labs, which I do go in depth to mention around Casper Labs. So the Casper Labs web marketing platform, which was developed by our team of technologists, features a sleek and modern design that highlights the company's innovative products and services. This project builds on a long-term partnership between firms. In 2021, Scalio supported the launch of the Casper Network token, which was the most successful mainnet launch in the history of CoinList. Today's rebranded web marketing platform with custom content management system CMS included detailed information about Casper Labs' cutting-edge technology, services, and solutions offering, and their potential to revolutionize the way businesses operate. Visitors can also learn about the company's team of experts who are dedicated to advancing blockchain technology and leading the conversation of how blockchain can be applied across different industries. So this is a great opportunity, especially for Casper. I think that marketing marketing is a huge area of focus. I always say like marketing could make or kill a project. And when we go back to like 2021, for an example, 2021 was a time where we kind of focused on marketing around some of these products. Solana did a very good job at marketing to the retail sector. It allowed for the retail sector to jump in and invest in it, and boom, all of a sudden you've seen it skyrocket to heights. Obviously, yes, VC backing was a big thing there too, but we focused on projects that didn't really have a lot of marketing. In fact, Hedera was one that didn't really have a lot of marketing. And it showed in terms of the price action. Like price action was very, very low considering what most were actually calling for price wise. I was expecting a lot higher price for HBAR as well. We did not see it. But as we do focus on a few things here, I do think that marketing on Casper is not going to be that big of a problem at all with Scalio. They are a leading Silicon Valley digital product agency. They build innovative platforms and craft transformative digital experiences for high growth startups and iconic brands, including Google, Uber, Airbnb, Intuitive Surgical, 23andMe, Viacom, Shell, Yahoo, Monster, and Bridgewater Capital. So they're a big one. Big offering here in terms of a marketing standpoint. They're a huge company around this, so very good. This is a very good partnership, especially for Casper, especially for awareness. Now, also outside that, like the ecosystem continues to expand and continues to grow. Going back to January, we talked about this a little bit, but I don't think that people realize what's coming in the next quarter. So quarter 2 of 2023, we actually do see that the integration of GameSwift ID platform and chain via the GameSwift bridge will be scheduled for early quarter 2 of 2023. Now, this is incredible for the integration of their infrastructure around the gaming scene. Remember, like I said, retail use cases are a big one. Now, I don't need to go in depth on this announcement because, like I said, we talked about this a little bit back in January. But basically, this is going to be mainly for the gaming scene because that's what GameSwift is focused on, is gaming. But we do see the integration is a huge step towards making blockchain experiences available to everyone, as both Casper Network and GameSwift have the shared goal of evolving to meet future needs. The collaboration is thus expected to provide several benefits to Casper Network and GameSwift users, with one of the most exciting aspects being the integration of GameSwift's infrastructure with Casper Network, including the integration of GameSwift ID platform and chain via the GameSwift bridge, which is scheduled for quarter 2 of 2023. So yeah, very good to see. Going into the next quarter is probably going to be a big moment for Casper because they did say around quarter 2, quarter 3, end of the year, we're going to see a large amount of updates from the Casper team, including Casper 2.0, which I'm stoked about. But price-wise, so let's take a quick look at the price. So I know that earlier yesterday we started to break out a little bit. One thing that I'm focused on is 2 areas. So one is losing this 3-cent zone. It's like 3.8, so almost like 4 cents, and also breaking out of like the 4.64, almost 4.5 cent zone, which on the weekly you could see exactly why I've been focused on this. It's the resistance area that we were at going back into October, before we started to kind of peak at like that 5.5 cent zone. Now, once we do break over this, once we try to get that momentum brewing, I am expecting to see a lot of resistance at the 5.5 cent zone, meaning we'll probably get a nice little break here. We'll probably kind of just trail here, but then we'll finally get that breakout. We'll retest, we'll continue to do that, and then we'll get that breakout yet again, and that's when we'll probably see that 8 to 10 cent zone, which I mentioned in my last video on Casper. So we're still looking at this nice breakout brewing. I know it's not as fast as most altcoins, which again could be a good and a negative thing. So the good about it is the fact that we're building out a floor of support here. The support looks pretty strong here on the weekly, which I like to see. On the monthly, we haven't really looked at the monthly, but if you want to take a look at the monthly, here you guys have the monthly overall view. On the 5-day as well as the 3-day, so here's the 5-day. So support on the 5-day is basically around like 3.5 cents almost. On the 3-day, which I personally love looking at the 3-day, when we look at the support range, basically back testing the resistance that we were fighting back in October of 2022, so last year, before we headed to that 5.5 cent zone. So far, price action hasn't been the strongest when we start to break out. So what we really want to see is a lot more volume. I'm not going to say that an exchange listing wouldn't help us, but I would love to see it. But nonetheless, a big breakout should happen if Bitcoin can kind of just range on sideways and let altcoins run a little bit. Just so that you guys know, I know that some of these, let me go to, yeah, CoinEx has a little bit better price data here. So on the 3-day span, what I've been mainly looking at is seeing a break above resistance here. We're still fighting resistance on the Bitcoin price chart, but if we can get a significant break above the 200 3-day EMA, that will be big. On the weekly, here you guys have it. Again, it's kind of just trailing here, waiting to see that big break over the 50 weekly EMA. Once we can get above this and start trailing on it as a support zone, we can kind of build to break out of the October 2022 highs here. And after that, I mean, again, we don't know how high we'll go, maybe to about like, this area back in December of 2021, which that would be huge for the USD price. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As is that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.